Testing. Testing. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching AMTV, Alternative Media Television. Please take a moment and share this video right now. Give it a thumbs up, like it, share it across all social networks with your friends and your family. Make sure you click that bell icon. A lot of people have been telling me they're not getting our subscriptions through their subscription feed, even though over the last several days we have filled up, I think, 6, 7 football stadiums with one of our videos. Another video hit like 500,000 views. One is on its way above 1 million. And thanks to you. Thanks to your sharing and getting out the good word in this very, very important broadcast today. Now, today's video, I want to talk about how the mainstream media is going to spin Donald Trump's emergency broadcast tonight. And again, he has already, well, some would argue, unofficially declared a national emergency. But this is official. This is coming tonight. Pay very, very close attention to the language that he's using. He is declaring a national emergency on our borders, as this is an act of war. Again, without a wall and without a nation's sovereignty, you do not have a country. What you have is the New World Order paradigm that these people are trying to integrate us into, something they said was a conspiracy theory 10 years ago, but now, and even longer than that, and now just happens to be our reality. But the mainstream media and the left is going to spin this as martial law. And so it's very important that you understand this is not a declaration of martial law on the streets of America, although Trump does have those executive powers. And we have seen martial law in this country before, probably most presciently during Hurricane Katrina, where they actually came after the guns through gun confiscation in order to allegedly protect the people, even though they were arguably at greater risk. And we need to be very, very careful of this. In fact, I did a poll on my Twitter account. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at AMTV Media, asking if the American population would approve of Donald Trump declaring martial law temporarily if it were to strengthen our borders, build a wall, and prevent all this illegal immigration from occurring. And I don't want to say that it surprised me, but I think we need to be very, very aware of it. So let me give you the exact statistics on that poll, and you can participate in the poll yourself if you like. But roughly it was split 50-50. I think it was 48% approved of martial law, which to me, again, guys, you've got to be very, very careful of what you ask for. Now, we understand clearly that this is an act of war against the country. We understand clearly that this is a national emergency, but we never, at least I never want martial law declared in this country. This, of course, potentially could lead to gun confiscation and a breach of power. This is how Hitler took the guns. And so we don't want to repeat this, but the important part of today's message, if someone's calling me here, the important part about today's video is this is not what Donald Trump is doing. Okay, so let me repeat. Donald Trump is not declaring martial law. I don't care what the mainstream media says. I don't care what kind of propaganda is coming from CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. He's not declaring martial law. And more importantly, it's not a breach of his executive power. He has every capability and every ability to do what he is about to do. And again, he's going to be delivering a very important message broadcast from the Oval Office, from the White House tonight, of which we told you was going to happen days ago. People said, oh, no, that's not true. He's not going to declare a national emergency. Yes, he is. Yes, he has. And he's already done it. Again, you get the news here first at Alternative Media Television. This is what was coming from many of my sources on the inside telling me, Christopher, this is going to happen. And of course, my obligation, not as a journalist, never compare me to a journalist. Journalists, that position's got to be the lowest of the low. Journalists are a part of groupthink, can't say anything unless their editors approve it. I say whatever I want on camera. This is media. I'm a media analyst. I'm a media man. And what I tell you here is the truth from my own sources. There's no one above me. There's no one telling me what to say. That's what's amazing about what we do here. So this is actually just so incredible that I can't believe that I'm actually living in a time where this is actually happening in the United States of America. So let me read a few things to you as we approach the 9 o'clock Eastern time. What would that be? 7 o'clock tonight, Arizona time. We're on our own time zone, of which Trump will address the nation and declare a national emergency in the United States, not martial law. This is from Washington. The Trump administration is weighing using a national emergency declaration to circumvent Congress and the budget stalemate and force construction of the president's long-promised southern border wall. By the way, every president prior to Donald Trump has declared a national emergency, if you're curious. We are looking at a national emergency, quote, because we have a national emergency. That's what the president said from his own mouth. Be very careful. Listen to what the president says, not what the mainstream media spins, not what CNN says, not what Fox News says, and not what MSNBC says. Listen to the words that come out of the president's mouth. We are looking at a national emergency. Because we have a national emergency, President Donald Trump told reporters Sunday amid stalled negotiations. We reported on this before he actually said those words, by the way. He said during a press conference Friday that he would prefer to win the money he's demanding via Congress, right? He's got to go to Congress. They hold the purse to get the money, which is not a lot of money. It's like $5.6 billion. The Federal Reserve can print that from nothing in a heartbeat. They just enter zeros and ones in a computer. It's not backed by anything. We spend billions on all other kinds of erroneous stuff. I just tweeted this. I ran over numerous potholes this morning and drove through paint here on my way to the studio, just reminding me what a dump America actually is. I just got back from Singapore. That's an industrialized country. We are not an industrialized country here in the United States. So this should be very, very easy to accomplish. He said during a press conference Friday that he would prefer to win the money he's demanding via Congress, but could absolutely call an emergency and build it very quickly. Such a move would be a dramatic escalation of the current showdown, which has forced a partial government shutdown that now is in its third week. Here's what we know. It says, why an emergency declaration? The administration has spent months trying to figure out how the president might be able to move forward with the wall, the central promise of his 2016 campaign, if Congress refuses to give him the money. So this is Donald Trump's way of just taking his executive power, moving forward with what he said he was going to do, and to address a crisis and a true war at America's borders. Again, you know, if Nancy Pelosi and all these people and the Democrats in the state of California want to house all these illegal immigrants, feel free. You know, have them at your house, right? The Obamas just built a higher wall on their property in Washington, D.C. Nancy Pelosi, I'm sure, has a wall around her property. Mark Zuckerberg in the Hawaiian island of Kauai, I know so because I've got family over there, just built a giant wall, a huge wall that cut out all of the view for all the indigenous Hawaiians there, really pissing them off because, again, he doesn't want the little people getting into his private estate and his private mansion. So look, if you're for illegal immigration, and let me be clear, I'm for legal immigration. I'm pro-immigration. I'm for legal immigration. But if you're like Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, and you're for illegal immigration, that's fine with me as long as you keep them at your house and your state, California, pays for it. In fact, we'll build a wall and just create an opening, and we can just flood all the illegals into your state and into your house. We'll see how long it takes before California collapses. So I apologize, I digress a little bit. It's Congress, not the president, that controls the country's purse strings and must appropriate the money he wants to spend. Enter the emergency declaration, an option the White House counsel's office is currently reviewing. Among the laws Trump could turn into Section 2808 of the Title 10 U.S. Code pertaining to military construction. According to the statute, if the president declares an emergency that requires use of the armed forces, the defense secretary may undertake military action and construction of the wall, the projects, and may authorize the secretaries of the military departments to undertake military construction, not otherwise authorized by law, that are necessary to support such use of the armed force. It goes on to talk about Pentagon budget officials analyzing the 2019 construction budget, yada, yada, yada. So the purpose of this video today, the reason why I'm delivering this message, and again, you heard it here first. We warned and told you that there would be a declaration of a national emergency before Donald Trump even said those words. Before he even spoke, I want to be clear. Donald Trump, your 45th president of the United States, is not declaring martial law. This is not martial law in the streets of America. That is a conspiracy theory. It's being fed by the mainstream media. It's being fed by the BS liars that make up CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, mostly on the leftist side of the agenda. That is not what is happening. Again, every president prior to Donald Trump has declared a national emergency. They just don't tell you about it. They don't tell you about it when Barack Obama did it. They didn't tell you about it when George W. Bush did it. They let it flow under the radar. But because these people are so intent on illegally impeaching the President of the United States, people like Nancy Pelosi, these radicals that say, we're going to impeach the mother effer. That's the exact words. And those that won't even put their hand on the Bible in this country as they get put into a position of power. This is what they are misconstruing. It is a lie. And also, in addition to that, we need to be very, very careful and pay attention to what the president actually says tonight. Again, this is going to be a statement piece. We should take it very seriously. Listen to his exact words, not what the mainstream media presents as conjecture. That is the definition of fake news. And it's why the mainstream media is the enemy of the people and are very, very dangerous. Also, we need to pray for Donald Trump as he will be entering the border somewhere in and around Texas, I believe, on Thursday. So God bless our president. This is something that absolutely needs to be done. The President of the United States has already, unofficially, now officially declared a national emergency here in the United States of America. But let's be clear, this is not martial law. And it's something we need to be very careful of. If I ever thought that if martial law was coming, I would certainly warn you, this is not what the president is doing. And again, look at that tweet. Go to my Twitter account right now for the immediate updates. That's how I can get it out really, really quick to you guys. And share this video. Like it right now. Make sure millions of Americans see this video. Like it, like it, like it. Share it with your friends and family so that they know the truth. God bless you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Christopher Green. This is AMTV Alternative Media Television. Hard hitting and in your face.